bless you, everybody. How are you all feeling? All good? Great. I love it when Judy Greer's here. One of my absolute favourite guests we ever have on the show.
Oh, yeah, you're in the clear when you're with Judy Greer.
100%.
Is she a dame?
Is she what?
Is she a dame?
Well, I don't think she is, but she should be.
Okay.
She should be, yeah.
It sounds like it.
But, yeah, Dame Judy Greer.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, come on.
It doesn't sound right without a dame hook,
I know,
does it?
totally.
Dame Judy Greer.
We need that system for Americans. We need to start doing like a dame, lord, lady.
Well, you shouldn't have got rid of us then, should you?
You're right.
You had one. You had one.
Yep.
It was working fine. Hey, Judy Greer's new show, Reboot, it's all about a television show, Keegan was on talking about it last night, that gets rebooted decades later. If, when this show's finished in a decade's time, the network were like, let's reboot The Late Late Show, who should play us?
I guess my only question for the person playing me is, would Chris Pine do television?
I think by that point, 100%.
Yeah.
I think in a decade, within a decade, if you don't get Pine, you're going to get a Hemsworth.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. What about you, Reg? Who would you want to play you?
Who's the train show guy?
Thomas the Tank Engine?
That's one of them. There, you know that train movie about Ice Point, Flashpoint, Icebreaker.
Oh, Daveed Diggs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Daveed Diggs. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Could you see
yeah,
that?
Daveed would be great.
That'd work.
Yeah. You know who I'd like to play me?
Who?
Huh.
Rami Malek.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course. The eyes. It's the eyes.
Is that a good Rami Malek impression? No, it's not.
That
Stop.
is the best wordless, like, two-second impression I've ever seen.
What about you, Pete? Who's going to play you?
Oh, boy, big question.
Big
no
question.
idea.
I actually think it's the one role that could coax Daniel Day-Lewis out of retirement.
There you go.
Who's going to play you, Winnie?
Rosie O'Donnell.
That's
Down
good.
for that.
That's right. That would be right.
I swear to God, you could have given me 1 billion guesses. Rosie O'Donnell.
Yep.
Nick, who's going to play you?
Daniel Radcliffe just played Weird Al Yankovic, so if he keeps that wig, he could probably be me pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think, who's the person I always say Nick looks like? The Franny Leibowitz. Pull up a picture of Franny Leibowitz.
Are you saying
Pull up a picture of Franny Leibowitz.
in 10 years, though?
Sorry?
In 10 years, Fran Leibowitz? So 10 years older than she is currently?
I mean, Nick, I don't know how you think this conversation ends, but yes. There you go, look. There you go, look. Nick, pull the mask down. Pull the mask down. Pull your mask down, look. Look. Franny Leibowitz, look, there it is.
Oh, my God.
Look, we could do this all day, we really could, but America demands that we give them the news. And President Biden is taking some heat after declaring the pandemic over. In his 60 Minutes interview the other night, lawmakers and public health officials are concerned his comment could undermine the rollout of new booster shots as well as funding from Congress. The White House says the COVID-19 policy is unchanged despite Biden's comments. It's never a great sign when even the White House is trying to distance itself from the president. I actually feel a bit bad for Biden. It's kind of like, it's like what he did. It's a bit like when you say, I love you too soon into a relationship. It's out there. You can't take it back, and now you just look crazy. Meanwhile, President Biden flew to New York City tonight ahead of his address to the United Nations General Assembly tomorrow. Interesting timing. Biden will be in New York on the last night of Harry Styles' Madison Square Garden residency to address the UN. Yeah, sure. I bet during his speech, Biden will be like, regarding our relationship with Vladimir Putin, You know it's not the same as it was. Biden plans to use his address at the UN to rally international support for Ukraine and condemnation for Russia, and to ask if any fellow New Yorkers can point him towards the best slice in town. I'm better at impressions than I am accents. Okay? Okay, Tommy? If Joe Biden calls you tonight, he says, Ian, he says, Carms, I'm taking Dr. Jill out in New York. It's a date night. Where should we go? What would you say?
I think they gotta go on one of those Sex and the City reality tours.
Yes,
you know?
100%.
Get on the bus, grab a couple of Cosmos, just get tanked,
Yeah.
you know? Show up at some brownstone that they're like, that's Mr. Biggs. It's not. They wake the family up, you know?
Yeah.
They're
Oh
these-
my God, that's where she told Aiden she didn't want to be with him anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's the president. What are they gonna do, you know?
Apparently Aiden's coming back, you know, for the new one.
Is he really?
That's what I've heard. It's what I've heard. Did you hear this, Rob?
Just heard an audible from Lauren. So now I know it's true.
It's true, right, Lauren? Aiden's coming back.
Yes.
Yeah, he should never have gone in the first
I
place.
know.
He was the king. She up. And have you heard about this? The United States Space Force unveiled their official song today. It's called Semper Supra. Have a listen. I can't tell you how much I hate that.
It sucks.
I feel like, are we being punked? Is that what's happened? Are we all being punked?
This is like the clearest sign yet that we are an empire in decline. Like, say what you will about the morality of the U.S. military before this, spotty sometimes, heroic at others, but at least we had, like, banging songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, from the halls of Montezuma. Like, that song slaps, and this
Also,
one...
slaps.
Yeah.
But I also don't know if you can put a song out when none of us know exactly what it is that they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
the song should come after, shouldn't it? Like, the Space Force feels like your deadbeat cousin who lives in a basement. You've no idea what he does down there all day, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, he releases a song. On SoundCloud. Do you know what I mean? Imagine being the choir, being asked to do that. It's for what? How much? Yeah, I'll do it. Really leaning into the marching band thing, though, aren't they? Space Force was founded in 2019. Band, surely we can make a better... Can we make a better song for the Space Force than that?
Won't take-
Can we?
Not
do
too
you
hard.
think?
Not too hard.
Come on, what do you got?
What's the G?
Space, it is a place that exists, and we are people that don't have assignments yet, and no one knows what it is. There is nothing that you can do that will exemplify the non-existence of us. Space Force, it's a joke, it's a joke, it's just a bunch of smoke.
Come on.
You can kill some aliens, too.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Let's move on to some local news. The Hollywood sign is now undergoing renovations in anticipation of the icon's 100th anniversary next year. An 8-week-long refurbishment of the sign began this week. A crew of 10 workers are currently refurbishing the sign, ensuring that it can continue to disappoint tourists for years to come. 400 gallons of paint will be used in the project, and yet that still won't be enough to make the Hollywood sign feel beautiful on the inside. This is true. They're even setting up a webcam so that you can watch the painting process as it happens.
Yes.
And if watching paint dry is your speed, may I also suggest checking out some of Nick Bernstein's podcasts. Nick, where are we at podcast-wise? I feel like it's gone a bit quiet.
No, I still do them. You just don't ask me about them as often.
So
as you
how
used
many?
to.
What have we got to look forward to?
I did one about horse racing on a really fun podcast called First Ballot Hall of Fame, and I was a guest on a TV show called Mandy Lynn's Port City Personalities, which is available on Rogers TV in Canada.
Hang on, you were on TV?
Well, yeah, but it was a Zoom interview, so it doesn't really count, I guess.
You weren't saying that during the pandemic, were you? And we wanted to tell you about this. Last week, a helicopter rescue team in Colorado left behind the stranded hiker that they were searching for after the pilot saw the man waving and assumed that he wasn't signaling for help, he was just saying hi. What? I mean, you've got to respect somebody who's that bad at their job, don't you? Someone to be that bad at their job. The pilot defended his decision afterwards. He was like, yeah, but the hiker was snuggling with this adorable grizzly bear, and I just didn't want to break up their fun. Side note, and I hate to sound harsh here, I do, but I mean this. You go hiking, you get what you get.
True.
And finally, did you hear about this? A semi-truck overturned the other day in Oklahoma City, spilling its contents all over the interstate and blocking traffic for hours. Now, don't worry, nobody was injured. What was the truck carrying, I hear you ask? It was full of sex toys and lube. Just want to say, Guillermo, I'm sorry, your shipment may have been delayed.
That's wonderful.
Cleaning up the road took a little longer than expected, mostly because the cleanup crew was like, ew. Oh, actually. Luckily, there were no injuries during the accident. Authorities explained that all of the lube made the rear ending go a lot smoother. And that's the news. We'll be right back, everybody.